Now at GMA Back to School, and I'm here with a duo that's making it easier for parents like me at mealtime. Judy Delaware and McNamee are the founders of Feeding Littles, and they've amassed millions of followers on social media. Their new book, Feeding Littles Lunches, is out right now. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So it's great to have you here. So obviously first here, what do parents need to know as they get started here? This is a big part of the book.
Sure. Well, one important thing that we like to tell our families is if you're trying to work on picky eating, make sure you're eating with your kid as much as you can. It doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be for every single meal. But if you can eat together, you're going to have more success at the table.
Excellent. So Megan, part of this is, with the winning formula for putting these lunches together. So you're going to walk us through some options here. What do we have for this first one?
Well, if I can talk about the formula real quick
sure.
first, that would be great. So we have a whole bunch of different foods here that we're kind of showcasing. I think it's really difficult for parents because they open up a lunchbox and they think, what do I put here? What in the world goes in all of these containers? And so if you have a framework around it, you can actually know what to do, and you can offer balance and variety. Judy always talks about how important
exposure is.
To different types of foods.
All the time,
yes.
all the time. And visually, our book really showcases this beauty of all the foods. So kids eat with their eyes. So if we show them the book, it'll help them make decisions too.
So now we're coming to the actual lunchbox.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell the formula real quick before. I just want parents to get this because I think this is so important in your brain. You want to make sure you're offering. I'm sure your girls enjoy this. A starch or carb. That's probably one of their faves.
Yes. Yeah? Too many, I think, for my kids. But yeah.
It's very common, a beige food, right? And then we'll do a protein. So cheese, meatballs. Maybe there's chickpeas, hummus, that kind of thing. And then these are the ones that can be more challenging for kids. Fruit and vegetable. And the reason we recommend offering both is because we want kids to have that exposure that Judy was just talking about. We want them to see that fruit, maybe a freeze-dried fruit. I don't know if your girls have tried that, but it's really crunchy.
Yes, absolutely. Those actually work pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, so now is the time?
Yes.
Okay, Judy, talk to me about the nachos here. All right, because this I think my kids can get on board with.
Well, it's a family favorite, and who doesn't love nachos to begin with, right? So it's really easy because you can put it together. You can use leftovers. And when you're making lunch the night before, if you've got a little leftover, you just put it into the box. So it can be used with a dip, and the dips can be interchangeable, and of course it can be served cold.
And I'm starting to see that formula you were talking about coming together here. Okay, coming up next up here, it's like a turkey sandwich, but deconstructed and different.
So a lot of kids don't like sandwiches. I don't know about your kids.
They've just started to recently, but yeah, it's been a struggle.
And a lot of us grew up with sandwiches, and that was just a norm. So a lot of parents think they have to offer that to have a real lunch, but it doesn't need to be like that. This is kind of a fun twist on a regular sandwich where you wrap turkey around the cheese and then you serve it with crackers. And a lot of kids like that crunchy beige food again, and it helps them kind of get into this and gets them used to eating a sandwich. I just want to point out that there are canned peaches here. That's an affordable option for people, especially if you don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So don't forget about canned.
And that's a big part of the challenge sometimes, getting that affordable option in there.
Exactly.
Okay, and now speaking of sandwiches, this sandwiches of a different kind here with the waffle in the mix. Now we're talking.
So instead of using bread, we just decided to stay creative and use the waffle. And who doesn't love waffles or breakfast for lunch? So super easy. You can use many different kind of nut butters, or if there's allergies, you can use a different type of butter. And we love that the dip is there. And if you don't know what to put into one of the holes, put a love note, just like.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so cute. All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it, helping me and all the other parents get ready for back to school here. Feeding Little Lunches is out tomorrow. All of these lunch ideas are on our website. You can just scan the code right there at the bottom of your screen.